just very messy. I am just coming to get a weigh-in this morning, so let's see. $121.6, which is like pretty up from yesterday, but not too worried about it because I knew that this app made me eat a lot of carbohydrates, and carbohydrates make you hold some water weight. So it's kind of to be expected, and the AI algorithm has to track my weight and adjust the calories so that they suit my needs. Sorry for the lisp, I have a retainer in.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. The baby is sleeping again, so I'm going to try not to be too quiet, but also not too loud. So I'm really excited to share with you guys that this app has nailed my maintenance calories within the first week. So I probably won't have to waste much time just figuring that out. I just wanted to make sure that I know what my maintenance is before I try and go directly to cutting, because the goal is to do it slow as possible, but also within the time frame, because you want to keep as much of that hard-earned muscle as possible. So yeah, I just shared with you guys a few of my weigh-ins, but it's been really within half a pound all week. So it's currently the end of the first week, and I think I might do that for about one more week, and then we'll go into the cutting phase of the diet. And I wanted to explain to you guys how I managed my weight before using this app and show you what kind of a transition it was for me. So I used the free version of MyFitnessPal, which anyone can download for free, and it just allowed me to have some awareness around my calories and hit my protein goals. So I would try and hit 120 grams of protein per day, as well as a bunch of fiber and veggies. So my meals would consist of protein and vegetables, usually. Even for breakfast, I would do something with like egg whites and veggies usually, or like a protein-based dessert thingy, as you guys see me do often, I'm sure. Like protein French toast or something. So I had very limited carbohydrates within my meals, but I would snack on top of that. And I would consider a snack to be something that usually doesn't fill you up at all, like it just tastes good. So I would have tastes of things at work. I would snack on fruit between meals if I was hungry. I would eat a cookie or popcorn, and those type of foods just contain carbs and fats, not protein. That's why I made sure that I hit my protein goals with each meal. The cons to dieting this way, even though it was very effective for me to lose the baby weight and keep muscle, the cons would be that I could not go into a competition this way because I have no real understanding of where my calories are at. They're varying from day to day depending on my snacks. So this is going to help me become more aware of how much I actually need to eat per day to maintain my weight, to gain muscle or gain weight, and to lose or to cut fat for a competition. So really the whole idea is just becoming an even better tracker. So before I was just having an awareness around what I was eating, whereas now we get meticulous. And I actually really like it because to me, information is empowering. But if you are in a place where being that meticulous would be just completely unnecessary, like if you're just trying to lose 10 pounds, there is no reason why you would need to be this meticulous. Like, I definitely recommend just tracking your protein and then maybe limiting the number of calories you get from snacks per day to a reasonable amount, like maybe 10% of your caloric intake or so. You know, and eating lots of vegetables. So there are much easier ways to just lose a few pounds than jumping straight into tracking everything. But if you're interested to see how I do it, I'm going to make the rest of this video a tiny explanation of how I use the RP Diet app. So yeah, stick around if you want to see that.
All right, welcome to my RP Diet app. You'll see at the top there are proteins, fats, and carbs. I definitely think that this app is superior to MyFitnessPal after learning how to use it because there is a learning curve. So I'm entering in the protein, which was whey protein, and then I'll search for a fat of my choice. Peanut butter. And you'll notice that it actually automatically gives me an amount to eat, which is really convenient, so I don't have to do any math. So for the carbs, putting in some oats, quick cooking oats, add, and to get 40 grams of carbs, I need 50 grams of oats. Super simple. Oh, I forgot my fruit, so you can add that first if you want. I try to add the vegetables first too, just because it makes it easier to fill out the rest with rice or oats or whatever carbohydrate you're using. And there is my meal. 1 planned out. So we can plan out meal 2. Again, I'm just going to go in and start with protein. I'm using a saved food combo. So after entering all these in for a recipe, I can save it as a combination to where I do not have to enter the recipe again. So that's my raspberry protein pudding. It looks like I'm a little short on fats. So in order to fix that, I could just edit it and add some more walnuts. But going on to meal 3. We need 20 grams of protein, which I'm going to get from chicken breast. So it'll be 70 grams of cooked chicken breasts. Add fats. For this meal, I'm going to add avocado, and then carbohydrates. And I found out during the week that you can actually scan any food, and I would definitely suggest starting with that if you're going to have a packaged food, because usually they contain some protein, carbs, and fats. So it'll take a little bit away from each macronutrient, and then you can fill in the rest with other ingredients. So if you're using a prepackaged tortilla or a prepackaged cheese, then you can just scan that item and it will basically tell you how many carbs, fats, and protein you have left over. So there goes my carbs. Tortilla. And done. I think I had to edit out meal 4 because I made a hot mess of it. I don't know. Let me see what happens. Meal 4. Ground beef. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe it is still in here. So you'll notice the fats are already taken away because ground beef has more fat. So you don't necessarily have to add avocado or oil or butter because the fats are already included with the meat. So then we add a carbohydrate, rice, and I probably would normally add a vegetable, but I just made this for the sake of the video, so it's less complicated than a normal meal might be. So we have ground beef and rice entered in for this meal. Oh, look, I am adding my veggies. Filling in the rest of the carbs with veggies. And usually for my last meal of the day, I always like to have something sweet. So we'll go in and add our protein. Again, I'm using a protein powder. I'm just clicking on a generic one, but I did figure out how to scan my actual protein powder and use that. But the macros on most protein powders are very similar. Unsweetened chocolate chips for my fats. And then usually for my little muffins, I'll add like some banana and some flour, either oat flour or just regular pancake mix. But either way, again, the macros would be very similar for any of those. And there you have it, meal 5. Done. And if you were to plan out your day like this ahead of time, then you could just make small changes wherever you wanted to during the day. If you wanted to change out a whole meal, you could do it on the fly quickly, but at least you have this like kind of skeleton of what your day might look like. So yeah, I'll leave it there. That's it, folks. Tracking your macros on the RP Diet app. Knowledge is power.
These were Babe's work boots, and they're not. They're my heels. Why do people put so much tape on everything? This is so anticlimactic because I'm bad at opening things. My first ever pair